What's up, baby?
We're back
We are back.
on my screen.
Yes, sir.
Episode 5.
5
Official.
officially, yes.
And it's October.
We doing squarey movies. We getting our horror chops up.
Yeah, there's a lot of horror movies that I have not seen.
Same.
And this week we watched one that I haven't seen, one that I have seen.
Yeah, both of them I hadn't seen, and I was familiar with one of them.
Okay, and we're going to get into it. I want to start with The Exorcist.
Yeah.
What year was it? Do you know?
1973.
1973. William Friedkin.
That's right.
Um,
Stars Linda Blair,
yes.
Ellen Bernstein, Jason Miller, Max von Sydow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it was the first time I had seen it.
Me too.
I had kind of been avoiding it because my overall thing that I took away is I had kind of like overhyped how scary it was.
Yeah. I think a lot of people did.
Just kind of like from the few scenes that I had seen like in passing and like it does kind of have a reputation.
Yeah, it does. People were passing out in the theater and, getting carted out and shit like that. That's real.
Yeah, I could kind of see that, but yeah, overall I enjoyed it. It kind of, I was a little bit surprised at the direction it went. Like, I kind of thought that it was going to be like a little bit more sacrilegious. It kind of like I think we watched like that little Tarantino thing where he was kind of saying like, it basically takes the position of like there is a devil and like the only thing that can powerful enough to take it on is the Catholic Church. You know what I mean?
I don't think I got that out of the movie. And you also got to remember off top, there's 2 versions, and we didn't get to see the extended version.
Yeah, I guess we watched the original.
On HBO. If you watch it on HBO, it's not going to be the extended version, folks.
Yeah, and I kind of saw like that little compilation of like stuff that's not in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like, and I guess the cut version came out first,
right?
And then they added the stuff, and it came out later.
I think arguably the best scene was cut.
The one where they're like sitting on the stairs.
On the stairs, yeah.
Yeah, and there was that little thing where Friedkin was kind of talking about why he decided to put it back in because the author,
William Peter Blatty.
Yeah, he basically thought that was like the core, of the.
He was like, "This is what makes the story." Like,
yeah, and I always like that when there's like one scene where it's kind of like an in summation, but
it's not all in your face and spelling it out for you either.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. Like all the stuff with Linda Blair in the bedroom was pretty cool. I really did not like that beginning part with like was it Iraq that they were in?
You didn't?
Like where I guess I just kind of thought I didn't really get the point. Like,
oh, you didn't get the point?
No. I kind of wanted to watch it again, honestly, before recording this episode because I felt like I probably missed a lot of stuff.
Right. The movie makes you. Go on, man.
No, I mean, like, if you have some thoughts, I feel like I've.
Well, on that beginning, so I too was a bit confused when we were watching it. Like, what does this have to do with the little girl in the room? But, once I had to start looking up the trivia for it, I started to gain like a new appreciation for Friedkin and what he did because he was able to take this book and commit it to film in a way that it's deep like a book and your first viewing or your first reading, you're not catching everything.
Sure.
So in the beginning,
it welcomes multiple viewings.
Multiple
for sure.
viewings, right? So that's
Yeah.
what I like about that beginning scene when they're in Iraq, and you got Father Marin going and finding
Oh yeah.
the demon artifact.
I kind of forgot that was even him.
Yeah, that was him. That was
Yeah.
him. And it's implied along. That's what I kind of like this about the movie as well. Like a lot of things are implied. Like Father Marin is supposed to be this like. Apparently he's confronted demons before and defeated them, you know, via exorcism and stuff. So
which is why he has like the reputation.
Yeah, he come in with some street rep, you know what I mean? And Father Karras, I love the whole thing with his mom. The boxer. Well, you're built like a boxer.
The father who was out there in the streets.
He's in the street, the mean streets, taking the subway and
smoking,
telling homeless people to beat it
and drinking.
Yeah,
the cool father.
The cool father. Man, I wish we would have clipped that scene of that homeless dude in the subway. Father.
Oh yeah,
the one with the crazy eyes.
Spare some change for an old altar
boy. I once I got deeper into the making of the film, and the trivia, I was like, okay, I got to rewatch it again because there are things that I missed.
Yeah, for sure. That
make me feel like Friedkin. That's one of them. He one of them good old crazy genius 70s directors, like, you know.
I really been wanting to watch Cruising with Pacino.
Do you know how he developed the idea for Cruising?
I don't.
Quick fact, trivia. There is an actual murderer on the screen in this movie. The scene where Reagan is in the hospital, there's a scene where there's a anesthesiologist guy with a beard in the background. He was actually a real life murderer, a serial murderer actually, and they caught him like in 1978. And that's where Friedkin got the idea to do Cruising, because he used to cruise for gay dudes, kidnap them, have sex with them, and then chop them up and put them in bags.
I didn't know that. That just makes me want to watch it more.
We should watch it more. That's the connection to Exorcist, though.
Oh yeah, we did get some clippage.
Let's hear it.
Fuck him! Be gone! Fuck him, Garrus! From this creature of God!
Yeah. And we also got
Jesus! Fuck you! Jesus! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed we didn't get the cut where she does the little stair walk backwards. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool too. Did you know that Linda Blair and her mom in the movie, they both had lifelong injuries after this movie? The bed shaking really fucked with Linda Blair's back.
I think I did.
And the scene where her mom gets hit in the face, the wire that they used, they pulled it too hard and she like broke her spine or something like that.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Or a piece of her spine, yeah.
Wow.
This movie was crazy.
Yeah.
This movie, the production behind it, I think it deserves a rewatch. And I like to watch movies like this, like within the context of the time that they were made. You know, so like,
sure.
In our minds, this isn't that scary. And funny enough, Linda Blair and Friedkin never called this a horror movie. Like it's not really a horror movie to the creators of it. It's more like a suspense.
Yeah,
or psychological thing, really.
Which is kind of more of what I'm into, but.
Oh yeah, I like that about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just because we watched these two movies, it's hard to not compare them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, compare them.
Which is kind of unfair. You know what I mean? Because
they're two completely different movies.
We haven't even said yet. We watched The Exorcist and we watched Rosemary's Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any last thoughts on The Exorcist before we segue into Rosemary's, or?
I can give you a little trivia.
Yeah, I like trivia.
Yeah, you're trivia.
Fuck him! Be gone! Fuck him, Garrus! From this creature of God!
So, did you know, adjusted for inflation, The Exorcist is the highest grossing movie of all time. $2.9 billion in today's money. In 1973, they made about $482 million.
That is impressive.
Yeah, so it remains Warner Brothers' highest grossing film of all time as well.
Wow.
Even without inflation, I believe. So.
And we didn't even see it till just now.
We didn't even see it till just now. Apparently, a very famous movie.
No thanks to us.
I mean, a lot of cool things were about the movie. I like the whole thing about the demon. His name wasn't Pazuzu.
I do like saying that. It's a very satisfying name to say.
That's what makes me want to, like, even if we don't review them, I think I want to watch the other Exorcist films.
Sure.
Because I do want to find that scene when he's like, I am Pazuzu.
Yeah.
But besides that, there was a lot of cool shit. Something stupid that I liked was apparently Father Karras was supposed to get hit in the chest with the pea soup vomit, but instead he got hit in the face.
Wow.
So his reaction was real, basically. Like I said, let me think, man. Let me say. I already said highest grossing. Fuck it. Nope. Okay. Max von Sydow, right? Father Marin. The old guy.
Okay.
You know he was actually 44 years old?
Holy moly.
They did tons of makeup on him.
Okay.
They did makeup on him, yeah.
What did you think of the ending? Not even the ending, but just like the jumping out the window.
My thing is this.
Because, like, I wasn't even sure he was dead at first. Like, I guess it's supposed to be he's dead. But
yeah,
like,
he's
kind
dead.
of, like, still moving his fingers and stuff. And
Might be twitching.
yeah, like, what'd you think of that?
I'm still, like, my thing is this. Okay, somebody can probably explain to me. He tricks the demon into jumping into his body. Kills himself to get the demon safely away from Reagan. But is the demon dead?
Yeah,
Does the demon go back to hell?
Because it's like that other priest. Well, someone else died, right? The other guy died.
Yeah, but Reagan killed him. She threw him out the window.
Yeah.
It's implied throughout the movie. This is what also I like about the movie, because we got to watch it again. It's implied that Reagan was doing all this shit. So, like, remember when the crucifix was under her pillow and her mom was like, who put this here? And they went downstairs and she put it on the counter again. And then the next scene, it disappeared again. Reagan ran downstairs and got it and ran back upstairs. Like, it's like Pazuzu was really fucking shit up. The statue in the church with the clay. That's another thing I like about this movie. It's subtle things like Reagan likes to play with clay and makes clay figures and shit.
Yeah.
And then you got this statue in the church that's got the clay demon tits coming out of and the penis.
Yeah.
And it's kind of reminiscent of the statue of Pazuzu in the beginning that was all like this.
I don't remember that, but okay.
It's some cool shit, man. It's a lot of little small things that are like, okay.
It rewards you for paying close attention.
Yeah. What would you give it, man? Out of 100. Think about it. I am rating the movie.
I'm gonna say a nice, cool 80.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling 80 out of 100.
I'm feeling the 80. Mine was around 80. Definitely not in the 70.
I can understand why it's a classic.
I definitely understand why it's a classic, because it's not a horror movie to me, and I don't think it should be counted as one. It's got elements that are scary, I guess. There's no jump scares or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, do you think it's better than The Shining?
I have to watch Shining again.
Yeah, The Shining goes hard.
The Shining goes hard. Yeah, The Shining does go hard.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what?
Was The Shining 74?
I don't know.
No, The Shining was 80. The Shining was 80. I think I know that to be a fact.
Before we get off this movie, I want to give a shout out to Ellen Bernstein. She plays her mother, Chris McNeil, in the movie. And I really believe in a lot of ways she carried this movie, because the movie was really about this mom trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with her daughter.
Sure.
And then she finally has to be like, it's a demon. I mean, she
Yeah,
sees the bed shaking, and she's
I
like,
kind of like
you
that,
know?
where it's kind of like she goes to like psychiatrists, and they're just like, yeah, we don't know what's going on. Maybe you want to try some antiquated religions, and like she goes to the priest. She's just like, yeah, like if you can't help us, if God can't help us, we're really screwed.
I like how the priest had this whole. He had to like get permission and shit. Like there's like
Yeah.
a hierarchy and like
Yeah, to like prove, but
with this wokey shit, with this
Yeah.
wonky shit. Yeah,
but yeah, I liked it.
it was also based on a true story, apparently.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad I liked it
Yeah.
because I had never seen it before. I told you my only relationship with this movie was my cousins was watching it one night, and they all fell asleep in the living room, and I wandered into the living room with the scene where Reagan talking shit with the demon
Yeah.
voice. I was like, this movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Fuck him! Begone! Fuck him, Garrus! From this creature of God!
I think it was Creature of God.
But yeah. Moving on.
Moving on. So you recommended this movie. What were you thinking?
I had seen Rosemary's Baby one time, a very long time ago, and there's a couple people that I talk to every so often about movies that I see, and one of my friends hit me up and was like, "Oh yeah, I just rewatched Rosemary's Baby. I think it might be my favorite horror movie." And at first, I was saying we should watch House, the like Japanese, like
77 Japanese.
partially animated, because I just always wanted to see that, but I think you were kind of feeling something not subtitled, and I was kind of like, okay, I can also feel that. So I was like,
No shame,
Rosemary's, because when I saw it the first time, I did not know who John Cassavetes was, and I was kind of excited to see him act in like kind of a mainstream thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was just like, let's watch that. And I'm glad we did. It kind of goes well with The Exorcist.
I mean, yeah, there's demons involved. And such,
like early horror.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what year this one was? I think it was 60 something. I want to say 64. I'm not 100%
Wow.
on that.
Really?
Let me look it up just to be.
It felt 60s-ish. I ain't gonna lie. So I'd say 64.
I want to be certain.
Certainly. I gotta be certainly. Gotta be.
68. Okay, yeah. So I was a little bit off.
Okay.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked it a little bit more than The Exorcist. I'm kind of like I kind of know the type of movies that I like, but this one to me was like a bit more focused. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of Rosemary and
small stories.
John, and like they're, something I was thinking about after watching this is like, even if all the horrible stuff that happens in this movie doesn't happen to them,
Yeah.
they're like such a compelling couple. I would watch a show or movie just about them. You know what I mean?
Wow, really?
Like,
watch this poor lady get abused every day.
I mean, they just seem like interesting type people. Like him as an actor, her as like this.
Him as a struggling actor.
Yeah, like they
She's
just
a
seem like an
housewife.
interesting type. Like even in the 60s, like they seem like the cool type of people to be around.
They had money, definitely.
For that time.
Nice apartment, I would say.
Yeah. But such a crazy movie.
I liked it as well. I liked it a lot. I'm glad you recommended it to me because I wasn't expecting where it was going.
Yeah.
And just the fact that like it's a slow build up to a very rewarding ending where they just fucking come out and say it and shit when she finds the secret passageway, they just like, hey, welcome to the party.
It's kind of like I feel like it's the perfect portrayal of like paranoia in a way, you know what I mean? Like, because it's like she's constantly going back and forth between like, am I crazy or are these really witches trying to like get me, you know what I mean? And like, and she's completely by herself in the film, really like portrays that perfectly.
That was great.
Like right when you think you can trust someone, they turn on her,
Bro.
and it's like she's literally by herself.
Every time.
You know,
or her comrade gets taken out.
yeah. I got one clip. We got.
Satan is his father, not Guy.
What?
Yeah. Super great casting. Roman Polanski, director.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was watching it, I was kind of like I knew, is Roman Polanski the? Of course, he's the guy who
Did the
famously
crime.
molested and assaulted like a underage, I think 13-year-old, and is now persona non grata in the U.S. But I was like, was he also Sharon Tate's husband?
Was he?
Yes, he was Sharon Tate's husband. He was not. I don't think he was in the U.S. when the Manson killings happened, but I'm just like, this guy, like wherever he goes, controversy seems to follow. But yeah, we got Mia Farrow as Rosemary. Got John Cassavetes. One thing I kept thinking too is like, in the book, is the name of like the neighbor Roman Cassavet. You know, like that's so funny. Like
That's funny.
Roman Polanski, John Cassavetes. Like it just seems like they just combined the two names or whatever for the.
What about that old couple? Who was that old couple?
I don't. Oh,
Damn,
the actress. I actually saw that she was the lady from Harold and Maude.
Okay.
And that this movie kind of like brought her career back. But yeah, she was really good. And I haven't seen Harold and Maude. I hear it's really good.
Ruth Gordon.
Yeah.
And Sydney Blackmare.
Yeah, they were perfect as like the
Man.
like her as the nosy neighbor who's just like all up in your business. Like,
you know what's funny? What makes this movie timeless? It has sort of like a Paul and a Wes Anderson. What's that guy who does those movies? Small Stories.
no,
He had this film had a quirky vibe. That old couple had a little quirkiness to them. That's what I felt.
Paul Thomas Anderson and Wes Anderson are two separate people.
I know. I couldn't think of his name, so I threw both of them out there.
Wes Anderson is like Moonrise Kingdom.
There you go. That's what I wanted.
I mean, maybe if
quirky
you did,
in
like
a way.
a horror movie, but
And a little bit. The old couple especially.
I would say there was nothing like with the Polanski style. There's nothing like too over the top. It's just like a real subtle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I saw that this was. I actually got a little bit of the trivia. The author and just like a lot of people were kind of impressed to the extent that the movie followed the book.
Okay.
And I think a part of that was that this was his first time adapting something. Like everything he had done before was like in Europe and kind of like on an indie style, you know, like written by him or whatever.
He wanted to play it safe.
Yeah.
I love that ending too, man.
Oh yeah. Mia Farrow was married to Sinatra during the making of the movie, and it kind of like caused their divorce.
Why?
The fact that she had to like keep working on it, that he finally just was like, enough is enough.
Damn.
And then she went on to marry Woody Allen in the 80s, and that whole controversy with Soon Yi and all that.
Wow. Damn, small world.
Something you noticed, the Yamaha product placement.
Yes, I did.
That Guy Woodhouse, John Cassavetes, was like a actor in the commercial or whatever.
Yeah.
Him and Polanski ended up getting scooters from Yamaha for that. And they would like race around on those.
Scooters.
Oh, I thought the producer of the movie was interested in Jack Nicholson, but they I think Roman just wasn't feeling it, and he ended up being in Chinatown, which Chinatown's like a really highly regarded movie. I saw it once a long time ago, and I remember the one book I read about screenwriting. It was like basically saying Chinatown's like the best screenplay. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I'll be interested to watch that one again.
Not to cut you off, but that's crazy because Jack Nicholson was considered for Father Karras in The Exorcist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the director thought that he was too
big.
No, he's just like
It's not the guy.
He's not holy. Like
Yeah. He's more of a scumbag. Oh, yeah. The baby's due date is June 1966. Or 666.
Oh. I like the subtlety of that old couple because I recall Mia Farrow, the character, her saying something about thank God for this day, something like that, and they were like so opposed to it or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like when they came over for dinner and they got into the religion conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like something's up with these people.
Or even just how like she's like, oh, you plan on having kids? You got a sister? She's got kids? Oh, you'll probably have plenty of kids. Like she just keeps bringing up like, or how the doctor's like, what? You're reading books? What's that about? He's like, she's just like
don't read no books.
She's in constant pain, and he's just like, yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, you're supposed to feel like that. Yeah, I love the whole like, give me some pill, prescribe me some prenatals. Throw all those away. Matter of fact, I'm gonna prescribe you to get this drink made by your weird old ass neighbor.
Some tannis root.
Some tannis root. Yes, mint tea.
That'll fix you up.
It looked like milk and spinach. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I just thought it was really cool.
I love your boy in here, Cassavetes.
Yeah, I actually saw that him and Polanski did not get along very well. And I think a bit of that was like, because one, Cassavetes was also a director. And They kind of have like completely different styles with John kind of being more of that spontaneous, like improv, capture the essence of the character, you know what I mean? And Polanski kind of, I guess, being more like a perfectionist.
Stick to the script kind of guy. Yeah.
And especially on this project, like, stick to the source material as much as possible. I saw that the original cut was over 4 hours, and then Polanski kind of didn't know what to cut from the original, so he gave it to the editor, and then that editor went on to direct the sequel.
Is there a 4-hour version of this available somewhere?
I don't know, but
wow,
I'd be surprised, honestly.
I wonder what they would put in it. Like more stuff about the
stuff
witches?
That's from the book, like some of the. Like I read about one scene that I think was shot but wasn't used, or that was in the book that wasn't used, but it was basically like before they were trying to have the baby. Rosemary gets like a call from her sister, which is like kind of out of the ordinary because she only like really hears from her brother. Yeah. And her sister is just like, I just have a terrible feeling about something. I don't know what, but just like promise me you won't go out tonight. And she's just like, oh, okay, and like she just goes on cooking dinner or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, like a little weird, ominous stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, I can't imagine a 4-hour cut.
I would be interested in seeing it just to see what else he put in there.
Yeah. One thing too that I found kind of interesting that was on the IMDb was that The Exorcist, Omen, and Rosemary were all like kind of in that same horror vein. I still haven't seen The Omen either, but The Exorcist and The Omen both became like franchises. Yeah. Whereas Rosemary got like a TV movie that wasn't very big, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah, that was kind of it.
And then I think way later
they had a prequel.
Yeah, they did a prequel.
And I looked up on that, and we should not watch it.
Okay.
It's the story of that lady that she met in the laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one that fell off the roof.
Yeah, I saw an interesting... Oh, is that how she passed? I forget.
The old couple pushed her out the window.
Oh, I thought...
It's implied in the movie.
But did they say she committed suicide? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but when they're in like the little washroom and Mia Farrow is like, oh, you look like blah, blah, blah. That's actually her real name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought it was... Spoilers, because we're never going to watch Apartment 7A anyway. Essentially, that character, what I liked about the idea of Apartment 7A, the prequel to Rosemary's Baby, is that character is there the old the cults failed. Another one of their failed tries.
Of course, I mean, you
know what I
you
mean?
can kind of assume that she's just like maybe she's barren and like they just keep her around like who knows for what.
They
You know
keep
what
trying.
I mean?
Like maybe they keep trying.
But such a crazy movie. I don't
Bro,
know.
it's crazy, dude.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of like Eyes Wide Shut, in that it feels real, and I think that's kind of what. I mean, there's a couple
like that about it.
there's a couple different reasons why I put it a little bit over The Exorcist, but like with Eyes Wide Shut, it's like if there was a secret sex cult, of elites, it would be like this, and they would meet like this, and it would be life or death. The stakes would be this high. You know what I mean? And
For the people
and the
involved.
secret word would be fidelio. Like with this, it would be like if there was a coven of witches trying to, have
They would have
them
their own
have
weird
the spawn of Satan be
apartment
impregnated,
building that
it would
has
be a
secret
cute little
passageways.
couple, and it would be an actor who would willing to sell it all out for fame and to have his name in lights, and it would be a doctor, telling you, oh, I'm the best in the city, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they just nailed it.
Your neighbors who magically have all these movie film connections and
Yep.
get you roles, and
Yeah.
because they're in a giant organization.
And even the way it's like right when the pain gets unbearable, and she's just like at her breaking point at immediately
Stops.
Yeah, like it just does so many things perfectly.
I think initially when we both watched it, I think I was a little upset at the ending, but upon thinking about it afterwards, I would have to put this over The Exorcist as well. I think this is a little more rewatchable. And Mia Farrow's performance, really both of the ladies in both films, Mia Farrow and Ellen Bernstein, I feel like both of these films had like female leads in a way.
Oh yeah.
And they really brought out those characters. Mia Farrow especially, like she was very naive for one.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for her in this movie because she's a victim, essentially. And she never really, like, gets a comeuppance or anything. Like, she just kind of concedes at the end.
Yeah, and that I even like. It's, it's like she's, like, horrified by what's happened. But at the same time, it's like he even says it. He's like, you are its mother, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, that's still your responsibility, whether it's Satan or not.
That old bat was rocking her hard as shit.
Yeah.
Rocking that baby hard as hell.
The hotel, I guess it's supposed to be the Dakota. That's where John Lennon was shot. Famous New York hotel where a lot of famous people stayed. I thought that was pretty interesting.
I don't know. I thought there was an apartment building, but I guess in the movie there's an apartment.
It's an apartment. The Dakota apartment. Or is it?
He was shot outside of there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Is it still around?
I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah, I really liked it. I don't know.
What would you give it out of 100?
Just because it's like I haven't seen that much horror, and this one is like I really like it. It's up there. I'm gonna give it a 9, straight 9.
Straight 9 stars? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
90 out of 100. What about you?
I think it's very rewatchable, and for me, that's saying a lot about a horror movie, because horror movies are disposable, essentially. Yeah. So I'm right. I hate to copy you this whole episode.
No, that's no problem.
Like 90, because if not, I'd just give it an 89, which is basically a 90.
Yeah.
I give it a 90 because it fulfilled for me what a horror movie should be. To me, it had spookiness in there. There was an element of suspense. There was like tension throughout the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
And she was really going through it.
And I think I and most people can just relate to that feeling of like everyone being against you. You know what I mean? And like it just captures it perfectly. Like it was funny. Like there was a part because we were watching it and I'm like, man, that book, all of them witches, like maybe she didn't understand. Like she pulls out the phone book. I'm like, You better be calling God.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
might as well throw that away.
She gets the book. The book it literally says all them witches.
Yeah, and like little stuff like that. Like I said, the first time I watched it was a long time ago, but like where she finally realizes like, oh, they need a piece of like a possession of the person.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh,
To do a spell on them.
I forget what his name was, but the guy who was trying to help her,
Yeah,
he like misplaced his glove and it never turned up again. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so good.
I liked it. I mean, I liked it a lot. I liked the colors of the film. It was very vibrant.
Yes,
It's
a very good looking film.
Yeah, very good for 68.
Yeah,
Man,
makes me want to rewatch Chinatown.
never seen it.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll watch it one
Jack
day.
Nicholson, Faye Dunaway. He's got that thing on his face. And you see that in a lot of movies. People with things on their face from that era. People getting cut in the face and stuff like that. But,
Yeah, you do the Shining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking The Long Goodbye as well.
Ah, okay.
But
Good week.
yeah,
Good week with the films, man.
next week we'll be back with a couple more. Maybe some scary stuff. Maybe some new stuff.
Maybe some spookies. We'll see you next
see.
time. Yeah.